Today's sponsor is Encore Live, Sarasota Bradenton's #1 destination for live entertainment. Well, good afternoon, gentlemen. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Thanks for having us.
I'm here with Joe and Marcus.
How's it going?
It's going fantastic. So you guys are in this kick-ass, fantastic Santana tribute. It's the ultimate Santana experience, and it's called Yaleo. Tell us about it. Why did you choose to cover Santana?
It's a great question. There's so many reasons why that all sort of diverged into that. So we do some Santana and Phoenix 5. So first of all, Yaleo is a direct offshoot of another band that you know very well, Kurt, called Phoenix 5.
Phoenix 5 is one of the best, most entertaining, highly energy bands. And I'm going to say this for a reason, because I've seen it. And actually, Jacked Up, my band, will be opening up for Phoenix 5. That's going to be on Saturday, April 18th, Lashley Park in Punta Gorda, Florida. I recommend to all the listeners right now to make sure that they come down and catch us and you guys together.
Awesome. Together. We should do like a jam.
Dude,
thing.
I would love to get you up on stage. Oh my God.
I'll do it.
Yeah, 100%. I'll talk to Larry. We'll get you up there
okay.
for one or two.
Yeah. That'd be so much fun.
So, all right. So
Phoenix, we can Santanify some of yours.
That would be very cool. Santanify. I like that word. That should be in the dictionary.
Santanify.
Trademark that. Get on that real quick.
Get t-shirts. 100% Santanified.
Yeah, right. It's gone through the Santana filter.
Right. So, Phoenix 5 is kicking ass, and all of a sudden this band formed.
Yeah, so okay, so I think a lot of it is just my guitar playing. You know, for some reason, there are moments that sort of like is evocative of Santana, I guess, and I've heard that all my life, ever since I've been playing guitar. And people always said to me, "Hey, look, you know, you should really like do Santana." And to me, it was just like, "Oh my God, like that's just like a huge undertaking," you know. I mean,
but let's explore that.
Yeah.
So. Were you listening to Santana as a kid?
Oh my God, yeah, and I've seen him live.
So when you were learning,
yes.
So is it possible that's
my first guitar was a Yamaha SG like his, so there was a lot of that for sure.
So some of his style technique came off on you.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Rubbed off.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and then you know, and it's you know, I mean, he was definitely a very early influence, just like Clapton was an early influence. But you know, it's just the minute you take the blues and you sort of start adding a little bit more Latin flair to it, you know, adding a couple of more notes here and there, all of a sudden the Santana thing starts happening, you know.
Is it safe to say that Carlos Santana was the first blues guy that put a Latin twist on?
I would think so, probably.
Like there's probably no one before him, right? He was
probably not, yeah.
Because he came out, in the 60s, right?
In the 60s, and they were called the Santana Blues Band when they first started. Believe it or not.
Out of California? Is that
out of California. Okay. Out of Northern California.
Now, weren't a couple of the early Journey guys in that band?
Yeah, Neil Schon was in it, and keyboard player
Greg Raleigh.
Yeah. The two founders of Journey.
And they were young guys at the time.
Oh my God. I think Neil Schon was like 18, 19 years old when he joined the Santana band. Yeah.
For our listeners who don't know Santana, how would you describe Santana's sound, Marcus?
I mean, it's timeless. Like it literally, like you could listen to it and not necessarily sure beyond like mixing cues what was written yesterday or written 50, 60 years ago. Like it has this sound that doesn't age.
But describe the sound. I mean, there's a lot of percussion.
Yeah.
Right. There's his sound, his guitar sound is unique. He's one of those guys where if you put on a blindfold,
right,
and somebody started playing, cuts, like Eddie Van Halen has a sound. Certain guys have sounds, but he distinctly has a Santana sound. Don't you agree?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, he talks a lot about that too. It's his trying to emulate a saxophone or a violin, you know, something that is a lot more melodic in nature, a lot more sustained, something that really is like can talk lyrically. That to me is like what the Santana sound
now, let's
really
talk about
is.
the Latin community, because he was probably a hero and idol to a lot of young men and women who were growing up listening to music on the radio in the 70s, right? Because there probably wasn't a prominent musician at that time.
Right.
Well, there was others, but not in the rock and roll.
Not in the rock.
World.
Certainly not somebody that was in Woodstock. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then he was known for touring all over the world, and he did a lot of shows with like either he'd open for the Dead or he was involved with some of those California bands, right? I just was talking to Marcus in the green room. Last time I saw Santana, he had the Doobie Brothers open for him.
Wow.
In San Diego, at some beautiful concert venue out there.
Yeah. Wow.
And go to see a concert in California is a different experience than other places
Believe
because the
that.
weather's different, the people are different, the attitude
Right.
is different. Am I right?
Right. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's very different. I mean, I lived in LA for 25 years, so for sure. Yeah, it's a different vibe.
So, what are some of
Yeah.
your favorite Santana records?
I mean, Abraxas definitely is amazing. I mean, if you really want to go deep cuts, the one that I like to go back to just to kind of see where a lot of these ideas started germinating is an album called Caravanserai. It's almost all 100% instrumental and really hard to sort of like throw a genre at it because they kind of just like go off on every tangent possible. It's almost like a jam album from like beginning to end.
What year did that come out in New York?
Oh God, I don't remember what the
Is
year
it like a
is.
late
I mean,
60s, early 70s?
No, I think it's early 70s. Yeah, I mean, it was certainly yeah. I mean, Woodstock was 69, right? So I mean, it would be
Yeah,
it would have been
because
after
you
that.
know,
Yeah.
the Allman Brothers were jam bands, Grateful Dead were jam bands,
Yeah.
and you know, people were experimenting with substances to open up their mind, and their playing might have been something more of a spacey kind of into a jam, into a kind of a
Right.
free for all.
Yeah,
Elements of jazz, right?
yeah.
All types of but you know, there's always that blues element though. It's the most
Oh, for
important,
sure.
right? You know, it's a very basic element of his.
Yeah.
What do you think the most common songs are that people know from Santana on the radio?
Probably Oye Como Va, something to the effect of the Black Magic Woman. It ranges, definitely.
So I'm
And then you got the smooth and
Smooth, but like
that's
the-
where
well,
you
the
get that-
newer stuff,
But
right?
the ones that are going to have the most plays would be those. People
That's
will-
true. Yeah,
more
yeah.
recent, like my generation and younger, will definitely recognize Smooth sooner. But as far as broad spectrum, I would
Yeah.
definitely say.
But isn't
Yeah,
it cool that a
Black
guy
Magic.
like that has the old stuff
Mhm.
and then he's
And
got
the new
like the
stuff.
newer stuff, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, was
Yeah.
it
Staying
Michelle
power.
Branch? Was that her name?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Game of Love. Yeah.
because you know we cover that song, and
Yep.
Oh, you
and-
do? Okay.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome. Yeah.
in fact, maybe we'll have you come up and play lead on that.
Oh yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
So you know, MTV and videos, you know, took that and ran with it, right? You
Yeah.
know, and then it took off because there was a cool video to that.
It was a great
Exactly,
video.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a great.
and then
video.
the Smooth
Mhm.
with
Yeah.
Rob
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 Thomas.
Thomas. Yeah.
Rob Thomas.
Thomas, yeah.
Yeah. I almost said Rob Schneider. I'm glad you caught me with the tongue.
That would have been an interesting. That would be very
That would've been
interesting.
really
You know, we
interesting.
should call his agent and see if they want to do that. And we have a great idea.
It's the
All right,
Filipino thing.
So you're
Yeah.
playing the hits of Santana. You're playing
Mhm.
some of the older songs.
Yeah.
Some of the tracks. So
Right.
if a really serious Santana fan from
Yeah.
the old days came to your show,
Right.
would
Yeah.
they enjoy it? Would
I
they
think
be
so.
pleasantly pleased about
I
your selection?
absolutely think so. Yeah. So first of all, you know, I mean, we don't do this in every show, and I don't think we'll probably do this in Twisted Fork just because of the nature of the way that stage is. Usually we do 2 acts, right? So we do like old Santana with some hits, but like sort of deeper cuts. You know, things that are really huge Santana fans would really gravitate towards. And then the second half is more what we call the supernatural second half.
Mhm.
So, like, if we were doing the show and we're producing it, you know, the first half would be very much like garage band Santana into Woodstock, very scaled down, really.
Costumes?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Cool.
Full on costumes, you know, and we the way we play as a band is a lot more like a band. The second half is more like Santana, the superstar.
That's very cool, man. I like
Yeah.
that idea.
Yeah. So you get the best of both worlds.
I bet you Phoenix thought of that one.
No, she's got a whole other show going on that we can talk about. She's got a whole other parallel show that adds to that whole thing.
So
Yeah.
you're a fantastic guitar player,
Oh, I think.
and you can pretty much play anything, I'm sure.
I don't know about that,
But I can't
yeah,
wait to hear
yeah,
you do Santana.
Yeah.
So Marcus, what do you play? What instrument?
I play drums. I used to play saxophone. I started on piano many years ago. I have drums and just really just been it for the longest time.
But he's the lead singer of
I am
Santana.
the lead singer of
He doesn't
Come
play
on.
drums on
Yeah.
Santana.
That's very interesting.
He's up front. Yeah.
So how do you like being up front? I mean, do you kind of miss hiding behind that kit because it's kind of like a safety valve too? Like you can
I mean, it's
get a little drink, eat a little
not
snack.
even so much like I just have something to do with my hands. I guess that's really what it is. It's like, cool. Now I have to figure out how to, dance and be exciting.
Yeah, you got to be that guy, right? Not really.
Yeah, you do.
It's a
You
whole
have to
different
be
world,
that
man,
guy.
because everyone's staring at you.
Yeah.
Like when I first started playing in a cover band, I was kind of like off to the side.
Mhm.
And then as I got more experience, I got more courage and more confidence, I started gravitating towards the middle.
The-
So now I'm
yeah.
fearless. Now I can
Now
be.
you're in front. Yeah.
Yeah, but like I
Mhm.
remember when I first started, I was like, "Holy, I'm not going up there.
Right.
They're gonna
Yeah.
look at me, man."
Yeah. Well, the thing for him is that he sings in Phoenix 5 behind the kit. And I tell you, this guy's voice is unrivaled.
Well, you know what? A
So I'm
singing
so glad that
drummer
it's
is
up
very
front.
important It's very hard to find
Yeah.
singing drummers and singing bass players.
Maybe that's why, in my mind, it seems more exciting that like a drummer can sing behind the kit more than it is like that same drummer can sing in front of people. I don't know.
Now, being that it's Santana, is there also percussion as well?
Oh,
yes.
God, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So you got that
We
full
have
sound.
two percussion.
We have 2 percussionists.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
In addition to the drums in Santana.
You know what's great about Twisted Fork is that, and for our listeners that maybe don't know this, it's a huge stage.
Yes.
And they'll have 3 risers.
Mhm.
So you
Yeah.
can put your drums on the middle riser and you
Yep.
can have percussion 1 or percussion
That's
2.
exactly how
That's
it's gonna
exactly
be.
how it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then do you guys go wireless so you can run around?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You can run around the stage and stuff.
Yep.
Did you see it recently, man? Because they took some of that scaffolding away.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
So now it's even
a
bigger.
different stage,
Yeah.
bigger stage.
Yeah,
What
it's
stage?
even bigger now. We just
Yeah.
played there recently.
They're supposed to put a big screen behind there, but
Yes.
I don't think it's going to be there before. we
No,
play,
it's
unfortunately.
coming from China or something. I heard.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's going through the it's going through that.
Straight-
It has to go
straight-
through that
straight
strait in
Hormuz.
Iran, so
It's gonna be a while.
Maybe it'll open up before we get there, but I don't know. I'm not banking on it.
yeah.
Yeah, but that's exactly how we're setting it up. And we've always, ever since we started Yaleo, I was very adamant with that. Especially with Tony, who used to be on percussion, now he's on drums for Yaleo. He's the percussionist of Phoenix 5.
Okay,
but now
so
he's
what
on
happens
drums.
is you guys. So he runs around the kit, gets on there for that, and you
Yep.
come up. Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, is it possible for you guys that you could do a Phoenix 5 show and then
We
open
do.
up for your Yaleo?
We're doing that for Twisted Fork.
Okay, so you do both.
We're doing both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're opening for ourselves.
Yeah.
Which is
So
kinda
are you
crazy.
getting paid 2
I'm not
paychecks?
going to say that. That's you can talk to my manager about that. She negotiated that. I don't know if it was a good negotiation.
Well, you know what's funny, man? So like we opened up just recently for a Boston tribute and it was sold out. And every
Mhm.
time we open for a tribute, it's sold out because
Right.
the Twisted Fork does such a great job
Oh yeah.
presenting it and
Mhm.
marketing it.
Yeah.
And then for your ticket, you get a nice, wonderful buffet. The
Oh
food's
yeah.
delicious.
That's the best
Yeah.
part.
You get great
Yeah.
seats. So we opened up for Bon Jovi, Aerosmith, Journey. So your guys are going to do really well, and I'll tell you why. There's an appetite, man. The Punta Gorda, Port Charlotte area.
Yeah.
There's a lot of classic rockers, man.
Right.
These are men
You're
and
right.
women,
Yeah.
50, 60, 70 years old,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and they have this huge appetite, and they love it.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys are going to kill it.
I'm excited.
Yeah. Plus, I think the biker community, which obviously Harley Davidson's right in front of that there, right? So I mean, they're huge Santana fans too. So we get them a lot, in our shows.
So is the set
Yeah.
list already done? It's already.
To a certain extent. I
it-
mean, we're refining a couple of things here and there. We're adding a couple of more songs, this week to the whole thing, to the whole.
all right.
lineup.
So
Yeah.
let's let the audience remember or remind them the date of the show.
So April 25th.
So Saturday, April 25th.
That's correct. Yeah.
And it's gonna be the one band will go on at 7, right? Like when the gates open
That's
at
right.
6.
Yeah.
The other band goes on at like 8:30, right?
That's
That's
right.
usually how it works there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know what's great about that place? You're gonna have one of the best sound guys
They're
in
amazing.
the area.
Yeah, Nate and all of them, they're phenomenal.
Yeah.
Nate's going to be doing the sound for us, that
Yeah.
night. Yeah.
He really knows that board. He really
He
knows
does.
that room, space.
He
You know
does.
what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
He
Because
does.
every time we go there, we sound fantastic. Then we'll go play another show the next week. We're like, how come we don't sound as good
Yeah.
as
yeah,
we sounded
yeah.
last week?
Yeah, I'm super excited to work with him again. Usually we're very particular, especially on the Santana thing, because there's so much going on. So if you don't know what's happening, it can be, I mean, we have we just counted it, Tommy and our technical director, we have 26 inputs, all the percussion,
many
all the
inputs,
drums and blah,
single
blah,
inputs, yeah.
and multiple mics and vocals going on. So if you're not paying attention, there's a lot that could go wrong.
then
But
it's-
Nate will cover that.
You guys
easy.
need to
Yeah.
do a proper sound check. Excuse me.
Yes. Oh yeah, for sure.
Because of the amount of how many
Everybody.
musicians will be on stage?
7 music.
7 musicians.
Okay.
Yeah. So 8 people in total because we got another singer too.
Right.
Yeah.
So you really have to do a proper sound check. So here, let me tell you what happened to Boston or Amanda. We all sat down. They came on. They opened up to Rock and Roll Band.
Uh-huh.
Even Boston themselves, that was their song.
Right.
Unfortunately, the entire song you couldn't hear the lead singer because
Oh no.
there was a disconnect, and I don't think there was a proper. They checked properly or did even before you go on. You
Yeah.
should do a little something
Right.
to test it.
Just to test it.
So
yeah.
so he was singing, but he wouldn't give up his mic. He was, and I'm like, me and my guys are all like, he should go over there and use the other guy's mic.
Oh no. And he kept on just.
But
trying
he
to
was
sing.
like convinced that it was going to come back on.
Ah,
And meanwhile, the guys up front,
we've been there.
couldn't get to it fast enough to fix it. So the whole song the song ended.
Oh, really?
And you couldn't hear. By the time it was ending, you couldn't. I'm like, damn, you should do that again because it was such a great
Nobody
song.
could-
I'm like, we couldn't hear it.
That's the worst. Yeah.
It happens to all of us, man.
Oh, it happens. So
But I
that happened to us a couple of times too, where his mic all of a sudden like wasn't on. You know, you have this big intro, like we have this video intro that starts in the screen, and then we pick up from that thing from the song that's playing on the video.
I like that.
So it's like really dramatic, and then
That's
he starts
cool.
singing, and it's nothing coming out. You know, it's like wow.
Now, was it either A, you forgot to hit the button, or B, the batteries?
No, this was this was like again we did Phoenix 5 and then Yaleo and then different
input,
inputs.
yep.
Somebody using a different mic. Same thing, like probably
Yeah.
what happened to you guys. Somebody was using a different mic, and so it gets confusing in the board.
So
Yeah.
do you guys employ somebody to just kind of help you with the production and kind
Yes.
of oversee all that?
Yes, 100%.
Big Tom.
Yeah.
Tommy
Right.
boy.
Technically
Tommy
and
too
otherwise too.
fast.
So when we have two producers, Phoenix Gonzalez, which is in Phoenix 5, and Amber Pierce. So they produce the show, and then we've got Tommy Stevens, who's our technical director, who does everything. He'll do everything.
So
Yeah.
Tommy will work the tablet.
He will work the tablet. He'll
In
be
the
my
case that
guitar
Nate-
tech.
So
He'll
the
be
fact that
everything.
Nate's
Yeah.
going to
He
be
whips
there
us into
because
shape,
Nate's
keeps
so
us
well.
going.
Yeah, so you're going to still use Nate
Oh yeah.
because some guys come in and they I'm not going to say demand, but they require perhaps maybe that their guy does their sound.
Yeah.
And so like
There's certain situations we'd ask
Yeah.
for that,
Right.
except for Twisted Fork, because I've worked with Nate forever and I trust him immensely. So,
right.
and I think Tommy could really work well together. And he's met him. He's been there a couple of times, and they've talked
Right.
about how they're going to do it.
So let's
Yeah.
talk about the future of Yaleo. Like
Yes,
is it-
sir.
you're going to be traveling, right?
Yes.
So what are some
got
of the
several
cities that
dates,
you'll be
so.
going? Where you headed to?
Got
North Carolina, Alabama. Aren't we going to Utah?
Going to Utah. Where else? Phoenix, Alabama, Utah, North Carolina, Chicago, Illinois.
Oh, snap.
Yeah,
I didn't
outside of
know about
Chicago,
that one.
Illinois. We're working on California right now, so hopefully we get that closed pretty soon. Yeah,
That's incredible.
yeah, and
So-
then some local dates. Yeah.
So you're going to do these shows, and then could Phoenix 5 still work?
That's
around
what
there?
we're trying to book around it now. See if we can get Phoenix 5 because it's essentially pretty much the same people. Yeah, so it'd be great to play other gigs in and around those dates. Would be a lot of fun.
So outside of Twisted Fork, where else can people around here see Yaleo?
Right now,
Will you be coming back through?
we will, yeah, for sure. I mean, there's some venues that we really like playing here. We
What-
played David Lay's new place, Encore.
That was Yaleo?
Yeah,
Damn, I missed that.
yeah, that was one of our best gigs.
You see,
actually.
the problem
was a
problem
good
with
one.
me, man, is like I have my own gigs, so it's hard for me to see my friends.
I know.
perform.
Yeah, that's the hardest thing. But we did that on a Thursday, so yeah. It was a good night for it. Was a Thursday,
Really
right?
good
We
night.
did
It
it.
was a
Yeah,
good
it was a great night for us. We got great video of us doing that. We had the whole dance floor dancing like crazy, and
Now they have a
Yeah.
video screen.
we used the video screen, so we got to tell the two stories.
Isn't that
the
great?
First act, the second act. Yeah,
I love that.
That's
Yeah.
a good feel.
Is it
Yeah.
possible that one day you guys can have your own video screen and just travel with it,
yeah.
or is
but
that cumbersome?
that's a bigger boat. Yeah.
Maybe
I'd have,
we'll
to
have-
I'd have to talk to David Lay about that, because
Maybe the technology will advance. It'll be foldable.
it's a bigger trailer
put it in
and
the
a
back of the
bigger-
truck.
We talk about it all the time, but the logistics is like
Well, the good news is that we got Encore Live.
that's
we
true.
got Twisted Fork. They'll eventually have their screen.
They'll have one. Yeah.
There's another. Do you ever play Leo's Live?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's where
yeah.
this band started.
Really?
Yeah,
Not Yaleo, but
Phoenix 5 was born out of Leo's Live.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because when you moved from California and you settled in the Lakeland area, correct?
yeah, that's correct.
So that
yeah.
kind of came like your headquarters,
It
your
was
home,
10
your-
minutes
your-
away
your
from
home
where
base.
I lived. Yeah, took me a year to figure out that it was there, but then once I figured it out, I was there every weekend. Yeah.
We played one show there, and it was pretty cool. And you don't realize, I guess a lot of people don't realize how big that place is because there's a whole nother room.
There's 2 rooms now. Yeah.
right? And they were doing. They had a karaoke going on back there, and the people.
Well,
were-
now they have bands on the other side, tribute bands on the other side.
Wow.
Yeah.
That has to become the premier destination in that area. for live rock. It has to be, right? What else is
No,
that?
no, there's nothing else around. Yeah, yeah. There's no other.
And
club
they
like
have
that.
their own sound guy.
They do. Yeah,
I met
Scott,
him. Yeah, he did a good job for us. Yeah.
yeah. Scott's great. Yeah.
You've got Union Hall.
Union Hall. That's
Union
true.
Hall.
That's in Lakeland. Yeah, yeah. It's definitely in Lakeland.
Now being in
It's
Lakeland,
a different vibe.
so
of
here's the
Century
thing:
Club,
you're
yeah.
in Lakeland, so you have access if you want to. I mean, I feel sorry for you on Route 4. That's just a nightmare.
Yeah, well, yeah,
I mean,
we
you're
gotta
like-
deal
you're-
with it. We try to avoid it if
It's
we can.
terrible.
You're back in Los Angeles again, right? When some of
Yeah,
those.
yeah. We take the
but-
back roads. We don't
But you
down
can
the-
go to Orlando. You can go to Daytona,
Mhm.
right? Because you got that access there.
Yeah.
And then you could certainly whip over to Tampa.
right.
You guys already obviously come down 75, so you're doing. Do you go down to you go as far south as Naples?
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
you could do Naples, right, which is Collier.
Yeah.
You could do, Fort Myers. You could do Bonita, right?
Mhm.
That's Lee.
On that side, yeah.
Cape Coral's over there. And then
We've
you come
done
on
Fort
up.
Lauderdale. I mean, like West Palm Beach on the other
Mhm.
side. We've gone that far down too on the other side as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you talking about Clematis Street on West Palm Beach? Is that where some of those venues were?
Was it Clematis Street? Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I used to live in that area, and I remember
Okay.
Clematis Street was the place to be, man.
Yeah.
Is like one-stop shopping for all types of music.
Right. Yeah.
know?
And it's so different. It's crazy. It's like the audiences are so different on either coast.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think that's more rock and roll and classic rock here
On this side.
on
yeah.
this side,
Yeah.
right? Because
Yeah.
of the age, right?
Right.
Like you mentioned earlier in the show, like
Yeah.
a lot of bikers,
Mm-hmm.
and I think bikers tend to like classic rock. I think
Right.
it kind of goes hand in hand, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
So let's talk about your social. Let's talk about how people can see you,
Yeah, for
how
sure.
they can hear you.
Yeah.
Any merch, we could talk about that. So
Yeah. So if you go to santanaexperience.com, it's actually our site. Which is great. Yeah. So all our dates are on
wait a
there,
minute.
information.
You guys own SantanaExperience.com? That's huge.
Mhm.
That's a great get, man.
Yeah. That was the sign from the Almighty that we were supposed to do that when
Mhm.
that domain went, okay.
Yeah, right.
We're
It's like-
santanaexperience.com.
Oh, after all
we
these
gotta
years,
live up to this now.
Nobody bought after all these years. Nobody bought it or thought
I know.
think about buying it.
You would think somebody.
You would think somebody, So I mean that was So santanaexperience.com. And then if you go to Facebook, is it Santana Experience in Facebook or is it Yaleo? It's Yaleo, right? Yaleo, the Ultimate Santana Experience on Facebook and on Instagram. And then on YouTube, if you go to Yaleo, Santana Experience.
And we'll let our
on
friends
YouTube or on
know
YouTube. Yeah.
that it's YALEO,
LEO,
and it's the
Yaleo,
ultimate
Santana Experience.
Santana, as opposed to just Santana Experience, the ultimate.
Right. Yeah, I mean, the reason why we feel comfortable saying it that way is because we really want to stay true to the experience. Like I was fortunate enough to have seen Santana live. One of the first concerts I saw when I was living in New York, when I was going to a theater school, believe it or not, in New York City at the Beacon Hotel, Beacon Theater.
Yeah.
And they used to sneak me in there.
Right.
To watch shows.
The Almonds used to play there.
Yeah, I'm brothers used to. Yeah,
Right.
exactly. And I saw him there, and it was like a life-altering experience. And so that's the experience that we want people to walk away with, or we try to live up to that experience. And really, what it is just we play with each other like as best musicianship as we possibly can get to, but it's also the vibration of like live percussion,
Yes.
drums. And,
Totally.
and really feeling that. And
Totally,
it's like,
man.
we don't use anything digital. Nothing against digital. I use digital all the time, right? But this whole thing is the anti-digital.
Yeah.
This is all about
Because
as
there was none back
analog
there.
as you possibly can get. And so that's what we try to live to that experience. But the other thing too is because if you go see Santana now, he's going to hit the things that everybody's popular with right now. He's not really going to go too deep on the deep cuts anymore, unless maybe it's a festival or whatever. But because we're an experience, we get to go a little bit more.
That's very cool.
Yeah. So we'll dip into those places that he may have dipped into in the 80s or the 70s, where he doesn't really dip into as much anymore. Or, he'll
So
play
as a fan
yeah.
yourself, how much fun did you have putting together the set list? You must have been.
it's
it must have been
so
like
much to choose from.
Christmas
It's like-
morning
it's-
because you're like, we're
yeah.
gonna do this, and then we're gonna give him that. We're gonna give him this.
Yeah. And the other thing that's cool about that is like, if you've seen him live or if you watch a lot of his live concerts, he plays everything like Lego blocks. So every song is like 7 songs inside of it live, right? It's not just like even if you listen to Black Magic Woman as a track, there's like 4 or 5 different motifs that
Right.
go span. It's a whole storyline that happens, right? So with every song, it's like that, but he looks at that as all as Lego blocks. So sometimes he'll take this Lego block from like, Oye Como Va, and he'll stick it into this song. Or he'll take this Lego block from
Which is
this-
cool.
Yeah.
But sometimes people get upset because now they're gonna miss the whole song. Like just
That's true.
because
Yeah,
he'll just do it. He only did a snippet, so now he's not doing the whole thing.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, but that's how he gets to tap into a lot of it as much as he possibly can in one show. So we do that a little bit too, where we go like,
Do you
okay,
think
let's play the
Carlos
regular block show.
Santana? You think that he's working off a set list, or you think he's playing what he wants in the band?
He's working
is
off a set
trained
list.
Yeah.
to just be right on him.
He'd have to be working on a set
He's
list.
working
to
on
have
a
a
set
show to that magnitude. He'd have to be working
Yeah.
on a set
There's too many people to kind of just meander. I mean, I'm sure there's moments like in his solos, and that's the other thing that he does amazingly is that he'll start quoting things during solos. And what's amazing is that his band follows him. So sometimes he'll break into a Marvin Gaye, or he'll break into some completely different artist,
That's very cool.
and people just kind of go with it. So
Yeah.
we try to capture that too in the show, where we have those moments where all of a sudden you're going like, is that a Marvin Gaye song? Like, where did that come from?
Now, when
Yeah.
you do take a break during the show, do you set up the song? Do you make announcements? Like, do you maybe do like a little mini VH1 storyteller
A little bit,
and
yeah.
talk a little bit about this particular song or this particular record?
Yeah, it depends on the venue. We did that a lot at the Encore, because it was that kind of a setting, and especially since we were telling the two acts. So there were moments where I did kind of preamble the song a little bit and talk about this song is actually a cover. Like a lot of people don't know, like Black Magic Woman is it's actually a Fleetwood Mac song, or different little things like that.
Sure.
Yeah. Which is kind of interesting to the audience. But Twisted Fork, we may do a little bit less of that just because it's a larger venue. We may
Well,
just go full on, just
I
play.
can. It's safe to say that I think that you're going to have a lot of diehard Santana fans there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and the challenge for you, and I'm sure you're up for the challenge, is that when you're doing a Santana, and you know that there are people that know those cuts,
Yeah.
and they know those notes and those
Yeah.
licks, it makes your job a little bit harder, right?
It's daunting. It's a little scary in the beginning, I think I've taken that fear a little bit off now, because I've come to peace with what that is. I'm never gonna be Santana. I'm never gonna be a carbon copy of that sort of thing, and I'm not trying to emulate that. But what I am trying to evoke is the same experience that you would have if you had seen Santana. So that is what I hold myself onto. And that really has a lot to do with the fact that I really just, whatever I play, I have to really say from the heart. And that's what I just have to remind myself all the time, because that's what he does.
Well, I think the magic word you said is experience.
Yeah.
Because what's happening is people are going to come in, and for the 60, 90, 120 minutes, whatever the set is, they're going to walk out of there saying, wow, I
Yeah.
just experienced something that I
Mhm.
hadn't before. And let's
Always the
face it, there's a
goal.
lot of people
That's
that
the
probably
goal.
haven't had the chance to see
Yeah.
Santana.
Yeah. That's definitely the goal. Yeah. And we've had incredible moments of people letting us know that that's what they get. Even when we do Santana's Phoenix 5 with the most amazing people that we would never expect it from, like young 20 somethings that have never heard of Santana,
Yeah.
that are going like, what on earth is this?
But good music, a good
Yeah.
song is a good song is a good
Yeah,
song, right?
yeah.
Very true.
Mhm.
And people can, and I think the percussions in Santana are very important, because yes, we all
Yes.
know about his guitar, there's no doubt.
Right.
But I think the percussion is what sets that
100%. Yes.
right.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why we need two of them. We can get away with one, but two makes such a big difference. It tells the whole story.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you employ a keyboard as well?
Yeah. Keyboard and organ. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. What's that? Oh yeah. Oh, and he's a young 20 something guy who's never heard of Santana.
Do you
until
want
he
to
started playing it? Believe it or not.
Well, how about this?
Yeah.
As we're getting ready to wrap up, why don't we talk about each of the members and you tell us their names
Sure.
by position?
On drums, Tony Robinson. We got Jonathan Barrios is actually the keyboard player and the organ player. We've got
Carlos Hernandez on.
or he's one percussion. Second percussion, we got Tito Alonso. We got obviously our Carlos Santana here, and our lead singer of Phoenix 5 also she's the second singer.
Yeah.
And we got
and
Marcus
Bill Kennedy on bass. Yeah.
Marcus on the vocals.
And Marcus on the vocals. Yeah. And Marcus on the vocals. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. And on the percussion thing, they're two very distinct, different. Tito is a conguero, plays with the full conga set, and Carlos is playing the timbales and the congas and auxiliary percussion and bongos. Yeah. So you really get that too, Carl Perasso thing, versus,
And the key
Yeah.
is to get it mic'd so well that it comes through the front of the house. And it's
Oh
nice-
yeah, they're
nice-
all
nice in the mix,
close
right?
mic'd, all close.
I
mic'd.
love that.
Yeah, all
Um,
close mic. Yeah.
So, all right. So let's go back now. So Twisted Fork is the website, right?
Yes.
People can go there and they can go to Fresh Ticks
Correct.
and they can purchase tickets.
Yes.
Now, I'm telling people now to buy them now because it's probably going to sell out if it hasn't already.
It's
Okay.
moving. It's moving very
Right.
well. So we're very happy.
You're going to get 2 bands, right? You're going to get Phoenix 5 opening,
That's correct.
and then you're going to get this experience, the Santana experience, Yaleo, the ultimate Santana experience. And it's going to be Saturday, April 25th, Port Charlotte, Florida.
Yep.
And then for people to learn more about you, they can go on Facebook.
They can go on Facebook,
they can-
Yaleo, Santana.
And the website is Santana Experience, which is brilliant. All right. Well, gentlemen, I want to thank you for coming in. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be available to attend that particular show because I have my own
You got your own
gig.
show. Yeah.
But as I mentioned earlier, we're excited. Jacked Up will be opening up for Phoenix 5.
And we'll do some Santana for that.
And
for
that's
sure.
going to be Saturday, April 18th. So that's the Saturday before.
Yes.
That's going to be in Lashley Park in Punta Gorda.
Yeah.
We go on at 12:30. You guys go on at 2:30.
Yeah.
I'll check and see who's coming on after us, but I'm probably going to stay the whole day because that's what I like to do.
Yeah. I'm just wondering, even maybe we'll even get our other percussionist come on and do that show, see if we can work it out. Because since it's a couple of days before Twisted Fork, we may just like lay on the full Santana thing.
You know what? I would love, let me tell you something. I think the people,
that way you get to see it.
the people in, well, put it this way. Phoenix 5 doesn't do any Santana songs, right?
Yeah, we do.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you could still cover some of those great songs in front of that crowd
Yes.
at the Seafood Festival because I think they're going to go crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're going to love it.
Yeah.
And then you could be like, hey, if you like this, there's
Come
a whole
see
lot
the
more
show.
coming.
Yeah.
Because
for sure.
Bill Kenny and the Seafood folks don't really mind if you mention that you're going to another venue.
Right.
It's just that when we're at venues, we
Yeah, you don't
talk
want to
about
mention
other
another
venues.
venue. Yeah.
But like when
That's
you're at a
poor form.
seafood festival, you can say, hey, we're going to be at Twisted Fork. And
Right.
he's got no problem with that.
Right.
So-
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, gentlemen. Well, thank you for coming on the show.
Thanks,
and
Kurt.
I hope everybody sees this, is going to get their tickets, and they're going to show up.
Awesome. Thank you so
Fantastic.
much. Thanks for having me back. I really
Yes.
appreciate it. Yeah.
And we'll have you back again when you guys come back from your world tour.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Tokyo, here we come.
That's it. That'd
That'd be
be cool,
amazing.
right?
Yeah, very cool.
I mean, I bet you Santana himself is probably.
Definitely.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, you know what would be
Oh,
cool?
yeah.
My final thought. You know what would be really cool, man? If Santana had a chance to hear you guys, and
Yeah.
he was able.
That
to
would be
maybe-
intimidating.
Maybe
Yeah.
he would say something like, "Hey, man, these guys are really cat."
Right.
Or how about he would authorize you guys like Gene Simmons. Gene Simmons is brilliant
Yeah.
because he actually has Kiss tributes around the world that he has personally put his stamp
There you
on.
go.
Yes, that's right.
how we legitimize the Santana
Yeah.
That's how we legitimize
Santana.
Santana Bringing it full circle.
Yeah.
Santana-fied.
Yeah. Yeah, we would be.
We need to be
Yeah, it's like
Santana-fied.
we're blessed.
Imagine that. How great would that be?
Oh, I mean, that would be just unbelievable. It would be amazing. Yeah. I
You know-
mean, that would really be like the pièce de résistance.
How old do you think Santana is right now?
70? I forget. We just looked at this. I forget. He had a birthday not so long
Late
ago.
70s, probably.
Yeah, late 70s. Yeah.
Wouldn't it be cool if I can get him on this show via video?
Oh my God.
I had Eric Bloom on from
Really?
Brewers to Cola. We did it via
Wow.
video.
Well, I don't think he's that inaccessible. I think you could probably get.
What
him
are some of
in
his
it.
causes that he's
Yeah.
into? Because we can maybe get him through one of his charities.
Probably child abuse would be one of them. Probably, I'm sure there's a couple of charities in there that he's doing. Funny enough, Andy Vargas, who sings for him, his main singer, Andy Vargas, is somebody that I played with in the past. So I do have a connection a little bit. I jammed with him in LA one day. He actually just walked in my band Riot Story. We were playing this one venue outdoors, and he just like started singing with us and jazz. So I have
good is
footage
that?
playing with him, which is
So
crazy.
you actually have footage.
Yeah, and I'm friends with him on Instagram. So I don't know if he sees that we're doing all of this stuff. So I do sort of have like some connection, but I'm not ready to.
Wouldn't it be cool if your buddy has a video of you and he goes, "Hey, Carlos, check this guy out, man. He's doing your stuff," and he shows it to Santana. Right?
I don't know. He has his own Santana tribute, which is crazy. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he sings for Santana, and then his off time, he's got another band where they do a lot of Santana stuff, and Santana comes and sits in with him, which is like
How
crazy.
cool is that?
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah.
So when you're in California, maybe Santana can come sit in with you guys.
Oh my God, that would just be.
You're gonna have to get your manager on that.
Yes, manager.
Manager.
All right, gentlemen. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for
All
having
right.
us.
Kurt, thanks
we'll
for
see you
having
soon.
us, man.
All right, buddy.
Bye, man.
Thank you. Today's sponsor is Encore Live, Sarasota Bradenton's #1 destination for live entertainment.